Babe, look. Almost dead.
Babe, you're not 10 years old. Can you stop? That is so cringy. This one is good, huh, babe?
It's alright.
How was your day?
Good.
Babe, look, it's the root of a tree.
A lot of ladies might do this without even realizing it, but it has lasting damages. A man being silly and joking around is not childish. And sure, maybe not all of his jokes are funny to you, but don't get mad at him and then wonder why he has absolutely no enthusiasm for anything anymore after that. If a man feels belittled for expressing himself, he may start to suppress his personality around you a little bit to prevent further criticism from you. You will no longer feel fully safe in that relationship. And a man being silly and playful often shows that he deeply trusts you and he felt comfortable doing that around you. It can also be a massive stress reliever and be good for his overall mental health. So when you deny him that, you're not only causing deep wounds in your relationship, but it also can negatively impact his overall mental health long term. This is why it's so important that if you don't want to be with a man that jokes around like that, maybe pick a different man if you're looking for a more serious person, but don't put down the men who are naturally like this. There's a lot of women out there who will truly appreciate and love him for exactly who he is.
I feel like the culture in America is way different. Guys do not want to approach you, not because of how pretty you are or how you look, but it's really because they're scared of you.
It's not that they're scared of you, it's that approaching women has become a very complicated thing in today's day and age. Certain behaviors that might have been acceptable 10, 20 years ago definitely aren't now. Women have spoken up loud and clear that they don't want men approaching them, and men care about our boundaries and have listened to us. Men also don't want to potentially be falsely accused of anything. It's just funny that we've asked them to not approach us and then they do it and now we're like, oh, they're scared of us. It's like, what? Oh yeah, I've definitely seen it and it's disturbing to me how many young men are probably seeing that and how they probably feel like they can't do anything without women finding it disgusting. And I know this has an impact on grown men too. But I know it's extra confusing for those men who are younger, who don't understand that there's a lot of toxic women out there. It's funny, I've been looking into the icks that a lot of men have. They're so reasonable and understandable. Like mentioning her ex constantly, or being over-the-top selfish, like...
Most men receive their first flowers at their funeral. Let's change that today.
Honestly, want to impress me?
No. Did you know that Japan has one vending machine for every 40 people? Isn't that interesting? Receive this comment today. You say this now, you will come see it's not about the money. It's the fact that this other person shows they are able and willing to care for you in one of the highest capacities possible, your financial well-being. This act gives you freedom. Have you ever thought of what you could do with no worldly worries? No bills, less stress? I think you are poo-pooing a grand act of love. Highest capacity? So does that mean men that make less are giving you more love by paying your bills because they don't have as much income? Oh wait, some women tend to only date men that make more, but if he makes more money, it's not as much of a financial burden on him to pay your bills. So does that mean he loves you less? There are better ways of showing love. Like words and acts of service. And less stress for me, but more for him? Because he would have more bills to pay? If he's paying mine? Try thinking of how it affects the other person once in a while, not just yourself. Things that give men the ick. Over-the-top selfishness. Empathy and understanding towards other people who think differently than you. Definitely think that's understandable. It's her way or the highway. Things that give men the ick. Being empathetic towards other people and causes, especially all over social media, because you can pretend to care and pretend you're taking action when you're actually not doing shit. But at the same time, in her personal life, she treats everybody she knows like garbage.
If he wanted to, he would. Yeah, he doesn't want to. So we have to force him. Like...
Forcing him isn't the way to go either, because then you'll spend the rest of your life wondering if he did it because he wanted to, or because you forced him, which is absolutely fantastic for your self-esteem. Here are your options. Communicate what you want. Make sure he understands what you're trying to get at. Be very blunt. Don't be all weird, like, oh, hamburger sounds good right now. No, be like, hey, let's go get Five Guys. Sounds really good. If you've made yourself clear and he's still not doing it, he might not want to and he's just not telling you. So, either you accept it or you have to move on. And I mean, you still have to accept it because you have to leave, but is it a deal breaker for you? You can't force someone to be something that they don't want to be. So stop picking up random guys that you're not interested in and trying to morph them into some guy that you actually want. Instead, find that guy that you genuinely do want to be with. And make sure you're offering what he wants to, otherwise you guys will just fail.
I'm always going to find other people attractive, but I'm not going to do shit about it because I'm into you. Like, I want to be in.
This is true, and this is the case for a lot of couples and relationships. This is why you should just trust your partner and be realistic. Your partner wouldn't be with you unless they liked you for more than your appearance. It's very rare someone's in a relationship just because of the way someone looks. Well, the quote is pretty true, I get it. Like, you shouldn't go into dating with a scarcity mindset because then you'll do things that you regret. You're more likely to overlook potentially really toxic qualities that you don't want in a partner. But at the same time, finding someone that's compatible with you on so many levels is asking a lot. And of course, you're not going to find someone perfect. But there's a lot of those qualities that have to line up correctly, otherwise the relationship will not work, like long-term goals and such. And then, of course, you need to be in the same place, the same time, to meet each other. Dating websites can help with that, but with dating websites, it's so difficult, because it's like you're just looking at their picture and flipping. You don't know the person, like, at all. And realistically, how much time do you have to spend meeting all these people and getting to know all these people to find someone compatible with you? It's just frustrating. I'm excited for the future. Eventually, I feel like they can just, like, scan you and then partner you up with someone perfect or something. Like, I wonder what kind of technology we'll have for that kind of thing. Like, will looking for a partner be a thing of the past because they'll have this technology? That would be really cool. It's a joke! Unless the same video was made by a man directed at women, and then all of a sudden it wouldn't be funny anymore. This type of thing is completely unacceptable, no matter the gender. And the fact that you can't even admit that he has good points in his argument, that's embarrassing. I think there are a lot of reasons for this. Personally, I think women are actually more competitive than men in a lot of ways because they're always competing with other women. We are also taught at a young age to play the head games that we play on men in relationships. But with each other. We're taught to not express ourselves fully and be blunt. And when I say taught, I'm not justifying it all. Once you pass a certain age, as a woman, we need to hold ourselves accountable for this behavior and work through it and stop with that bullshit. But what ends up happening is a lot of women continue this throughout their lives. A lot of women have friends that they don't even like. They just pretend to like them. They look for a man that they can brag about to their friends and one-up them with it. Or you'll see women give their friends bad advice on purpose, sabotage them. As I've gotten older, I've become extremely careful with the women I surround myself with. I try to find women friends who are brutally honest and will call me out on my shit. Also ones that genuinely care about me. And I do the same for them, of course. But unfortunately, a lot of women are master manipulators. You have to be careful, and that's why a lot of women hate each other, because they're fully aware of that. How do you communicate your needs without coming off as needy? Use I statements when you communicate them. I feel blank, not you don't ever do this for me. You always do this. I feel very loved and valued, and there's Mountain Dew in the fridge for me to drink. Like that. And obviously try to find someone that already can fill your needs without even trying. It's easy for them. Try to not have a ridiculous amount of needs, because that's when you get needy, when you're constantly just every 2 seconds over something new. It becomes overwhelming. And also wait for a good time to have that conversation. If he just got off work and he just barely walked in the house, that's probably not the best time for it. Or if he's really stressed out or upset in that moment, just wait for a minute. Give him some time to relax before bringing it up. Avoid holding things against him or punishing him. And don't hesitate to ask what your partner's needs are, or if you're doing a good job fulfilling them. Maybe you're falling short on something that you personally could work on as well. And I feel like sometimes men don't always bring that up. If you ask him, it opens that door that he can just say it. When somebody's doing something that bothers you and you choose to stay silent, you're probably going to end up with deep personal regret because there's going to be a buildup of resentment if they continue the behavior that you don't like. And this goes for all situations, your workplace, your relationships, friendships, family members, whatever. And I think within reason, we sometimes do need to keep the peace, like maybe little petty things here and there. We can't expect people to bend over backwards for us constantly and change everything about themselves. There needs to be a degree of acceptance. But at the same time, I know there's so many people out there who are super fed up with how their life's going. They have the opportunity to fix it or change things, but bringing up those issues is so scary for them. And I know for men, there's more repercussions to bringing things up incorrectly. You gotta be really chill about it and relaxed. You're not too intimidating, and I would hate to be on eggshells like that. But I still think it's worth considering bringing up certain things that bother you. Unfortunately, if you let people walk on you, they will.